Okay, Adam from Georgia. I've just heard. We've literally just met, right? So welcome.
Yeah,
I had my
thank you.
honeymoon in Georgia. Almost cracked my skull.
Really?
Yeah, almost cracked my skull open in the baths there in Tbilisi. So nice to meet. Listen, I've
Yeah,
just
thank
rushed
you.
in. So for my sake, probably yours as well. Should we do a quick centering? I find as a coach, this is helpful just to land, usually
Oh,
both of us. So feet flat on the floor,
I'm sitting on a really big chair.
throne, feet flat on the floor, relax the belly. Take a couple of deeper breaths. Think of someone who makes you smile. Relax the jaw. And welcome to our little free demo session. As I mentioned, this is recorded. However, feel free to not do anything you don't want to do. We can always just not use the recording if it's a problem. Adan, am I saying your name right?
Adan, yeah,
Adan.
good
Cool.
enough.
You can open your eyes now if you like. How can I help today?
So I'm getting training in somatic therapy at the moment, or a specific method of trauma processing, and I want to find online clients. I'm currently building my online presence through Instagram, and I guess what I wish we could talk about is just practical tips. But what I find might be more relevant is my actual aversion to responsibility, which I see in the my relationship with money.
Uh,
Uh, I seem to just not be able to receive it. Like even when it's already done, I've offered the service, or I've received the present, whatever. Just the process of actually getting it to me, I just coming to all the technical difficulties in the world. Just unlikely. It just doesn't fucking get to me. It's just this. There's like this block. Um,
yeah. What are you doing in your body when you talk about this?
I'm actually laughing right now. I feel quite, I don't know, quite funny about it because it's almost theatrical.
So it's sort of amusing on one level, and on another level, not very funny, I imagine.
No, no.
Are you relaxed or stressed as you talk about this? You there, mate?
Yeah, I'm trying to check in.
Just tuning in.
Um, right now, I don't feel a heaviness or anything right now talking about it the way I've talked about it.
Okay. Well, you looked like you were getting a bit stressed talking about it before. Could be wrong, but see the point you're talking about, and then you close your eyes to sort of check in. You've probably been taught that elsewhere, and then you were completely relaxed. But when you're actually talking about it, I
Yeah,
notice like tension in your face and your breathing. And
yeah,
the first thing I want to say is a lot of people struggle to receive, and
mhm.
particularly around money. I don't know your cultural background, but in a lot of cultures, it's sort of frowned upon slightly. In British culture, it's a kind of a taboo almost,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
in counterculture as well, in sort of more alternative communities, there's some sense that money's not good, and that can leave people with a block to it. Any
I
of this?
was Yeah, I just didn't have much money growing up. Really didn't. I didn't get any example on how to be good with money. I haven't had pretty much no example in my entire family of anyone having a nice, comfortable relationship with money. Um, yeah,
Mate, I can relate, like I get it. Like that's something I had to learn when I started to get a bit of success is actually,
yeah,
God, how do I just do this? I mean, there's a practical set of skills, right? Like money
yeah,
management, investment, stuff like that. But what they found is like people, for example, who win the lottery or have a sudden business win, they often lose it really quick. And some of that's practical, but some of that is on a deeper, kind of more embodied emotional level. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and that in itself requires a bit of practice. And when you can practice it just in life. So when a client is paying you, it's like, okay, how are you in your body? Can you relax the body? Can you kind of breathe a little bit deeper and make it more normal? So that's one thing. We can also practice a bit today if you want to try that.
Yeah, for me, it's just like suddenly I run into these. It's incredibly technically complicated. Maybe like an overseas transfer, my account doesn't want to receive it, and then I'm trying to get money from this site, and it's just like, just suddenly becomes so complicated when it shouldn't be. It's just like, why the fuck is this? why is it not working? Like it's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's always an inner and an outer, and obviously we won't do this today, but somebody else could probably help you with the sort of technicalities of using these different
Yeah.
systems. But what I tend to find is if someone's not sort of on an embodied level relaxed around receiving money, there'll always be problems on some level. I don't think that's really magical or anything. I think there's some sort of resistance they have. So should we work a little bit with that side of
Yeah.
things? And then you can
Yeah.
always upskill on the marketing knowledge elsewhere. But I've found if people just do the marketing theory and they can't actually do the embodied side, they'll always have problems, is my experience.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, for sure.
Great. We're in the right place. I can see why Mira put you on. All right. So let's do just a little bit of receiving pose with the body. So sort of softening back into your chair and holding your arms up. And what with your eyes open, if you don't mind, because generally you'll be doing business with your eyes open. And people look at you like a hippie otherwise. So how is it to receive? What would the embodiment of that be like to comfortably receive? What kind of shaping would you be rather than tell me, show me?
I actually feel confused.
Yeah, this
Um,
might be new, right? So we're just gently, and if it's too much, feel free to can step out, gently finding a receptive shape. Like if someone was giving you a gift, someone was giving you a plate of food.
I guess it's the opposite of defensive.
Yeah,
And
an openness there, yeah. Soften
to
the
me,
jaw.
it's really synonymous with just opening up the whole front side, these vulnerable parts. It's like safe to reveal them.
Okay, so there's a piece around vulnerability in this, right? This is the thing.
For sure. Yeah.
And there may be a piece around for some people, it's something like self-worth.
Hmm.
And just want you to give yourself a bit of a hug, and we'll go to that kind of self-care pose. We use this a lot in coaching. I think just whatever feels natural. And in that hug, bringing to mind receiving money. So we're linking self-care with money. People think self-care is like bubble baths and massages, but actually getting paid is a pretty big fucking bit of it, in the world we live.
Yeah.
So just bringing to mind money and the idea of money. So we're linking it to self-care, linking it to a hug, which is, pretty basic physical self-care for most of us. And then going back into a shape like you'd be if you're receiving money, maybe putting your hand out.
Yeah, I feel like subtle resistances to this.
Yeah, normal and good noticing. Keep breathing. Just soften the edges of the breath. And just go backwards and forwards a couple of times between self-care and that and visualizing and imagining receiving a payment. Even though it might be done electronically, there's something about physicalizing it that's helpful.
Yeah. I think it's to make it more specific, I think it's the actual act of trying to receive, or it's not to receive in itself, it's for me to be involved in the receiving. If I can just be completely oblivious and it just lands in my account, that's cool. But to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
the
All right,
actual
let's have a
involvement,
play with that. So,
yeah. I can't hear you anymore. I just cut out.
I might, but do you want pounds, dollars, gold coins? What's a good currency for you?
um, I like Swiss francs.
I
I
haven't
like
got any
the
of those. I've got some gold coins, literal gold coins.
gold coins are good. Gold
Yeah,
coins
this
are
is
good.
real gold. This is like
Yeah.
£1,000 worth of gold. Actually, a bit more than that. It's really heavy. Okay, so if I was to give this to you, very sadly I can't on Zoom, but you see it, right? The
Yeah.
podcast people can't see this, but this is an actual gold
I
Britannia
see it. It looks real.
heavyweight. It's the real shit, I tell you. So yeah, this is my zombie apocalypse fund I keep on my desk. So when if I were to give you that, if I move towards you, just put camera view on, what do you do in your body?
I don't fully trust you.
Okay, so how would you be in your body if you're a little bit more open to receive, a little bit more trusting? It's not personal, right? Like we don't have a history of paying each other or not paying each other, so that's it's not about me, you know. Like what if I hold that coin up again? You don't look like someone who's about to receive something. Like,
My hands were like this on
if
my
I was
crotch
just giving you a
area.
pint glass, I've got a pint
Oh
glass. Like, you
yeah.
just take it, right? Okay, now do that embodiment with the coin.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just do what you just did. Exactly the same. Don't make it complicated. Okay, now with the pint glass, like here's a glass of water. Hold your
Thank
hand
you.
out.
Yeah, that's
Hey, look, if you're around my house, and here's a gold coin.
oh thank you, Mark.
Great. Now it's getting closer together. Listen, we're almost out of time here, and we're just beginning, really. But what you
Yeah.
notice?
Just I'm really gonna do that on my own time. Go and explore, and act it out. Almost these psychophysical acts of receiving and of being involved in the receiving. That was like an insight for me today. It's that's really the point where it's tension.
Okay, so you that really nice targeting in on the point of tension. Couple of ways to practice that. One would be the doing receiving and then self-care and linking self-care to money. Most people just don't do that. Okay, so
Yeah, totally.
the same when you get change off someone, like you use cash in a cafe in Tbilisi or whatever. The same when you take money out of an ATM, because there's that feeling of receiving money. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have those instances, relax the body and see if you can come into a position that would be as comfortable and casual as if someone was giving you a glass of water.
Yeah. And is there any other like almost theatrical enactments that you can think of that's could be that
Do
I like it. Yeah.
with a friend, get a friend involved, give him to sort of give you some cash, go backwards and forwards. Cash works much better than credit cards for some reason. Gold coins work the best, so we're lucky I have that handy today. Just happened to be getting it evaluated today. So yeah, listen, we're on time, but I hope that gives you there's lots there. And I've coached people for a long time on this theme, but I hope that little opener gives you a few things to play with. Is there any sort of key takeaways?
For me,
Yeah, just to
as,
complete.
as I said, for me, this insight that I got, which is it's my actually my part of receiving. I have to be involved in receiving,
Yes.
and what I'm trying to do is not be involved, to remove myself, disembody, just dissociate from it. And this self-care with money is cool because I'm I want to take care of myself and stuff. But when it comes to receiving money, it's just this thing that got to be done, and it's like I'm
Yeah, there's
struggling
more
with.
there. Oh, I wish we had another session with more.
Yeah.
There's plenty more. Okay, if you like that, you might like some free coaching. We do group coaching with some pull some people out for one-to-one coaching for free once a month online. Details are in the link below.